Okay, Math 10C number lesson 8 practice test. Again, these videos are for study purposes only. I try best to minimize my mistake, but it will happen. I try to show and explain most of my steps. These videos might be long, but hopefully they will be helpful. Before I get started, I just want to say a few things. So in this textbook, natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, etc. Whole numbers include 0. Integers is I and includes all the negatives, 0 and positives. Rational number, so fractions, where both the a and b are integers, and number can be 0. And the irrational numbers are q, where they are non-terminating and non-repeating. Real numbers include rational numbers and irrational numbers. So rational numbers includes integers. Real numbers include rationals. Rationals include integers. Integers include whole numbers. Whole numbers include natural numbers. This is just how this textbook does things. I sometimes get confused because I use a different system typically. Integers is the same, but I usually normal label it as Z for integers. And then for whole numbers, in some textbooks, this is called natural numbers using a bolded N. And then for these natural numbers, it is just called positive integers. I like my method more because it gets away with the confusion between natural numbers and whole numbers. Because it's 0 natural, some people argue yes, some people argue no. But we'll use this textbook and hopefully I will stick to it. Okay, 1. Which of the following is not a prime factor of 14104? So just a prime factor. We can just divide to see which one is the whole number, but usually for these numbers are repeating, 11 is a factor, but we'll check. Well, it's all 1274. It is even, so divide by 2. 637 divided by I think 13. Nope. Divided by 17. Oops. Divided by 17. 637 divided by 7 equal 91. 91 divided by 13 is equal to 7. Okay, so 11, that's a 7 by the way. 11, 7, and 13. 11, 7, and 13 are all prime factors. 17 is not. So the answer is D. 2. How many numbers on the list are prime numbers of 3, 2, 3, 4? Well, like this time I'm just going to do divide. So 3, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 3, 2, 3, 4 divided by 7. So 7 is a prime factor. 3, 2, 3, 4 divided by 11. 294. Okay, works out. 3, 2, 3, 4 divided by 17. Okay, not a prime factor. 3, 2, 3, 4 divided by 21. 154. Oh, trick question, 21 is not a prime number, so there's only 2 prime factors. B is the answer. Okay, the sum of all prime factors in 160 and 797 is. So if we add up all the digits, I don't know what it is, but I know it seemed to be divisible by 3. It is equal to 30, so it's divisible by 3. So 160, 797 divided by 3 is 53599. Feels like this is divisible by 7, and it is 7657. So 13, yep, 13. I guess 589. divided by 19, I get 31. I think 31 is a prime, so add them all up. 3 plus 7, 3 plus 7 plus 13 plus 19 plus 31. What is the result? So this is 10. This is 40, 56. Did I miss one? No, this is 50. So 10 plus 50, 60, 73. Is a sum of all prime factors. Okay, 3. The lowest common multiple of 33 and 100 can be written as a product of prime factor in the form of a times b times c times d, where a, b, c are prime numbers with this form. What is the value of c? So, if you can use your calculator, I think you should. So math, number, least common multiple is 8, 33 and 110. Oops. Should close this. Okay, 33, comma 110. 330. So what is a prime factor of 330? Well, obviously 2. So that is make it 16, 165, 3. 335. Yeah, 5, 7. So 2, 3, 5, 7. So 2, 2, 3, 5, 7. So C is 5, which gives it B. Okay, the greatest common factor of this and this is, again, use our calculator. Math, numbers, greatest common divisor, greatest common factor, 6699, comma, 8265, 8265, close the bracket, is 87. The lowest common multiple of 14 and 105 is equal to the greatest common factor of P and Q. Which of the following statement must be false? So least common multiple is 14 and 105. So least common multiple of 14 and 105, 210. So if 210 is a least common multiple, P doesn't have to be a multiple of 7, but it could be a multiple of 7. Q is a multiple of 21, so it is not 100% false, but it could be a multiple of 21. P could be less than 200. Yes, P could be less than 200, but it could also be greater than 200. Q could be greater than 2000. Well, if Q is greater than 2000, this means the greatest common multiple, or least common multiple, lowest common multiple must also be greater than 2000. Okay, so the least common multiple must be greater than the two numbers individually, or greater or equal to. So therefore, 210 is not less than this, so D must be incorrect. Oh, wait, I did this one wrong. Greatest common factor. Oops, so that makes it, this one's wrong. Because if the greatest common factor is 210, if the greatest common factor is 210, then each of the numbers must be at least 210. So P and Q must be at least 210. So P could not be less than 200. Therefore, C is wrong. Nope, oops, read the question wrong. 5. If x is a perfect square, what is the minimum value of D? So if x is a perfect square, we have 2, 2, so that's a perfect square. Then 3 and 2, well, okay, so we are 2, 2, so then we don't need any 2's here now. 3, 2, 3 doesn't have a pair, 2 doesn't have a pair, so D must have 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay, if x is a perfect cube, the minimum value of x is. So cube means every number have 3 of the same ones with it. So 2, 2, 2, that's 3. I only have 1 3, so that means I have 2 other 3's here. So what is the minimum value of x? It is 2 cubed times 3 cubed, which is equal to 8 times 27, which is 216. Okay, let's keep going. 6. The number represented by this is a irrational, the decimal representation. So rational means repeating or terminating. Irrational means, right, let me just double check to make sure I'm using the symbol right. Yep. Irrational means non-repeating and non-terminating. So if a non-repeating and non-terminating, 6 is D. 7. Which one of these following are rational numbers? Rational numbers means it is either a fraction, or if it repeats, or if it terminates. So what is the square root of 0.04? It is 0.2. 0.29, this is repeating, so this is a rational. Cube root of 8 over 27, this is equal to 2 over 3, it is a rational number. This, it might look like it repeats, but you have 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, so it doesn't really repeat. So this is not a rational. So 2, 3, 4, right? It is B. 8. The rational number 1.54 can be written as an improper fraction in the simplest form of C over D. So again, a calculator question, 1.54. For TI-84s, you'll typically want to repeat this a bunch of times until you trick your calculator into thinking that it is a fraction. 17 over 11. Of course, you can do this by hand too, but usually it's too much work. So C is 17. 8 is A. 9. M and N are fixed rational numbers satisfying M is 30 and M is between 30 and 40 and N is between 3 and 4. The value of M and N must be represented in the line by. So what is the minimum of square root of M plus square root of N? Well, it is square root of 30 plus square root of 3. What is the maximum? Well, pick the bigger number, square root of 40 plus square root of 4. So what is square root of 30 plus square root of 3? Square root of 30 plus square root of 3. 7.21, around 7.21. And the maximum of the numbers can be 8.32. So the number must be between 7.21 here and 8.32, which is around here. Okay, so what is the number in between? Well, the only choices are C. 10. Consider the following numbers, blah, 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 blah. The largest of these numbers are, type it into your calculator. I guess I should. Cube root of 63. Math, 5. Cube root of 67, right? Fourth root of 98. No, and my keyboard doesn't work. Third root of 67. Oh, I have that already. Square root of 19. Fifth root of 201. And lastly, square root of 19. Okay, and what do I want? I want the largest numbers, so 4.35 seems to be the largest. 10 is A. Again, comparing these four numbers right here. 4.35, 4.36. Okay, the length of a soccer field is this meters. The number, what is my index? The index is a smaller number, so it's 4. And the radicand is the number on the inside, so 4,000. So 4 and 4,000. 11 is A. 4. When this is written as an entire radical, what is the value of the radicand? So this is equal to the cube root of 7 cubed times cube root of 6, which is equal to the cube root of 343 times 6. 2058. I get the cube root of 2058. 2058. Okay, which one of these statements are true? 35 is 7 root 5, obviously false. This is like 7 times 2 is like 14 or something. Square root of 28 is equal to 2 root 7. Okay, this is true. Or false. True. 4 root 3. Well, this is rational, or this is irrational, this is rational, it cannot be true. Same thing here, this is rational, cannot be true. So which one is true? Statement 2 only, 12 is B. 13. 3 students are asked to write the radical in another form. The students were given war. Okay, so this is not right, just put in your calculator. 15 root 18. Okay, so let's take a look. Square root of 4050. Okay, 15 root 18. And 45 root 2. Okay, so these two, student 2 and 3, have correctly written it in another form. They didn't say in the simplest form. If it says in the simplest form, then only 3 is right, but they just say another form, so B is right. 14. The area of a circle has radius r is given by the formula A is equal to pi r squared. The radius of a circle is 6 centimeters and area of 36 pi. Okay, this is irrelevant. If a circle has an area of 120 pi centimeters squared, the exact length of the radius is. So if you don't know how to do this, use a formula, calculate out which of these. So calculate out which of these answers will give 120 pi, but I'll solve it algebraically. 120 pi is equal to pi r squared. Divide pi on both sides, I get 120 is equal to r squared. What is r? R is equal to the square root of 120. Typically, you'll put it plus or minus, but the radius cannot be negative, so just this. Simplify it to a radical. You get what is it? This is 2 times root 30, so 14 is C. 5. The volume of a cube with edge length x centimeters is given by this formula. A die has a volume of this. Okay, so I want to do the cube root of 720. Okay, 720. I'll do the divide by perfect square method. So it is 2 root 90. Or 2 times cube root of 90. And 90 is and 90 divided by 27 is, okay, it doesn't divide 27. Okay, so A plus B, 90, sorry, oops, so 2 and 90, 90 plus 2 is 92. 15, consider the following 3 expressions. Okay, so 4 times the cube root of x, so they just convert entire to mixed. So this is just the cube root of 4 cubed times 3. What is 4 cubed times 3? 192. Okay, now 5 root 192 is equal to y root 3. Just to simplify this, I get, I think it's 8. Yeah, so this is equal to 40 root 3. So y is equal to 40. So let's say x is equal to 192. Y is equal to 40. And then 16 root 40 is equal to z root 10. Again, simplify. 16 root 40 is equal to 32 root 10. Okay, so let's see. Z is equal to 32. So which one is smallest? ZYX. ZYX 15 is D. Written response. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. You guys can read this yourself. A student selects a card. The number on the card is 7. Explain why this card is 7 points. So it is a natural number. It is rational. It is whole. It is integer. Okay, so 4 plus 5, 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6, it is equal to 18. Nice. Alright, I don't have another screen, so I'll just paste it over here. Okay. A second student select a card with -5 on it. How many students are awarded for this card? So 5, -5, it is not natural, it is irrational, it is not a non-real, it is not irrational, it is no, it's also not a whole number because whole number only includes 0, and then integer 6. So 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 points. Okay, now let's do this long question. Okay, in each game, the student is dealt 3 cards, and the student with the most point wins. Which of the following wins the game? So 3 over 4 is a. Okay, I just noticed that all of the numbers are different, so I'll just write down which the numbers are. 3 over 4 is a rational number. It is a that's it. So 3 points. Square root of 15 is not natural, it is not rational, it is not non-real, it is irrational. So 10. Okay, 0, it is not a natural number, it is a rational number, and it is a whole number, and it is also an integer. So that is 14 points. You add them together, you get 27 points. Okay, -3, it is rational, it is integer, so 9 points. Square root of 4 over 9, that's 2 over 3, so it is rational. It is rational, that's it. Pi, it is a irrational number, so 10. Add them together, you get 22 points. So you can see, though this is -6, so -6 is a integer, So it is rational integer, and that's it. So it's 9 points. Square root of 36, that's non-real, one point. And then 36, it is a natural number, rational number, whole number, and integer. So add it up, you get, that's a lot of points. 10, 15, 16, 16 plus, wait, what? 10, 18 plus 1, 19. 19 plus 9 is equal to 28. So student C1. Right, that's it for numbers lesson number 8 practice test. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. Goodbye.